शांति। Om Shanti. Welcome to Vikti Parivar. Today's day 19. Divine Sanskar, Divine World. Devi Sanskar, Devi Sansar. Unity. So now we will listen to Mohini Didi, and today is Friday, so we'll be having story time in a Vikti journey. So stay back with us. So now let's listen to Mohini Didi.
Om Shanti, everyone. Everyone looks well. Everyone is well. Yeah, so good to see everyone well. If we take a very common meaning of unity is to be together, to be cooperative, and free from any conflict. But for us, in our Brahmin family, unity could be on a higher level. When there is purity and remembrance of one Baba, then actually one thought should emerge in everyone's mind. I know that with Dadi's experience, because they all are pure, remembering Baba, follow Srimad. So same time they all will get same thought. Or even if one get, others will say, yes, yes, I was feeling same. And I used to see that kind of unity. But if our intellect is connected with some desires or body consciousness, or if there is any internal lack of purity, then we disagree. Right? But ultimately we all have to follow one Baba, right? Remembrance, following Srimad. So that kind of oneness. Because when Baba has to tell us something, it will be same, right? So it is not just within few, but we used to see that how Dadi Prakashvani will have one pure determined thought. And I think 100% everyone would agree. One time she said, oh, we want to have year of tapasya. And we all said, yes, we will have it. Or she will say, this year, everyone should have big program, large gatherings that happen whole year. So making people also to accept something is not what just comes in your mind. Actually, we should keep our mind so pure, connected with Baba, that very pure, accurate thought will come in the mind. And your mind should be so pure that the thought which is coming, it will come in the minds of others, but you will also feel it's coming from Baba. Today we were discussing for an answer to be given, and everyone had a kind of same thought, because we have pure feelings for everyone. We only have good wishes for everyone, right? And we want Baba's stars to be free from obstacles. So if that is the thought, then it will appeal, right? It will come in everyone's mind. And that unity where you don't have to say anything, convince anyone, but it's very naturally, it just appears in the right way to everyone's mind. So harmony, unity is one thing, harmony is another. Internally, harmony between your mind and intellect. And Dari Janki used to say, like, no one should feel if my thought is not accepted, it's a defeat, but actually creating harmony. Okay, it's all right, I agree. Let's do together. It's a very, very beautiful experience when there is this kind of harmony, there is joy, there is cooperation, and anything we do together. Yes, they do show fight between five fingers. One says, I am bigger, I am fat, I am more powerful, I am more respected, but they work together, no, as a hand. So it's not necessary for us all to be same, like five fingers. Every finger has a different shape, but they are together as one hand. So same is, yes, each one of us, we will be different, which actually is the beauty, no? Like when you make a bouquet of flowers, you have variety of flowers. We look at rainbow, so many colors in rainbow. And when they are together, look so beautiful. If you have just one color rainbow or seven color rainbow, what will look beautiful? Seven color. So same is with us. It is good that we all are different. We have variety features, we have variety, and now all different varieties, right? Variety is not differences. It's the beauty. So in divine sanskars, then divine world, everyone, not only human beings, but nature in harmony. Animals together in harmony. Because there is no negativity, no jealousy, no desires, no competition. And it's happening now when there is, I have all my treasure stores are full. I have feelings of contentment. But if because of any reason you are not content, I was telling someone that Mama, whenever as new young Brahmins, we went to Mama, this one has that Sanskar. Mama said, it's a race, no? You go ahead. Why are you looking at someone's Sanskar? You go ahead. Because if I keep the thorn of that weakness of someone who is losing, who is being hurt, one who got the thorn, right? So always thinking mostly how the things can be better. How can things change? How can people change? But what Baba's slogan is self-transformation, bring world transformation. And we all experience as much each one of us make effort to follow Baba accurately. Brahma Baba, so many children with so many sanskars, but he didn't start looking at sanskar of anyone because I don't think he would have been able to accomplish what he did. Both ways, taking care of Yagya and of himself also. Baba always says that it's not Baba see what service you do, but Baba also want to see self transformation and self progress. So then you have all attainment. So you have contentment. So you don't have any complaint about anyone. And believing that everyone is making effort in their own way. You see on the road so many different kinds of cars, small, big, bus with different speed, different color. But if everyone drives in their own lane, there is no accident, right? No complaint. I remember they say while driving, don't look much about this car, how is this car, what's the speed of this car. You drive properly. Same is my life, no? Whatever are the values, the virtues, good sanskars, uh, good manners, following Baba, I stay on my spiritual journey, not influenced, affected, disturbed about any behavior. I just have to keep donating virtues, right? Someone was asking about the word for leadership. I said inspirational leadership. True leader is who inspires others. But leader is affected by the what others are doing all the time. You lose your leadership, isn't it? And you're not acting as leader, but your role is there. What I do that which inspires others, help others, support others. Mm. And that is why I always remind myself, and I love to always stay straight in Baba's Shrimad. Connection with Baba, Yagya, our ancestor souls. Yes, everyone has different experiences, but experiences, I'm not going to follow someone's experience, right? I have to follow Baba, understand knowledge properly, and do things accurately. It's very important. So that I have a good record of harmony, unity with everyone. I'm sure you also all pay attention. Ekta. Again, ek word. No, Baba said, I like word one. So this oneness amongst ourselves. Once there was a public program in Edison, and many young ones were asked to be on registration desk, serving food, volunteer, and people came and they were so amazed to see how harmonious they were working. So it's not harmonious only in thinking, but also in our speaking, in our actions, our uh, even they all were wearing same color aprons. They looked very nice. So the culture of divine sanskars, divine world is of harmony, of unity. We all are one and there is oneness amongst ourselves. Om Shanti.
Om Shanti. So today we will be doing our story time in a Vikti journey. So before we start that, let's get our homework for tomorrow and we'll do drill and then we'll do a Vikti journey. So would like to invite our dear angel sister, Sister Nora. Welcome.
Om Shanti. Very beautiful to be here with everyone this evening. I had such a beautiful experience yesterday. It really colored me with the focus of yesterday and today, what it sets one up into. And that's what I keep thinking about, listening to Didi share, that these different evenings, the topic is still all connected together. And so very much thinking about this aspect of following Baba's one Srimat. Listening to Didi share, actually, I was very touched remembering about Dadi Prakashmani. She was very young compared to many of the other instruments. And she was, according to drama, chosen to be the one to be God's right hand after Sakar Baba had become Avyat. And she had such respect to ask everyone what they felt their thoughts were in terms of what needed to happen with different things in the yajna. But then she would always ask, what would Baba want? And so when I heard that, it's just something that I just kept thinking about as well, very much lately too. What is it that Baba wants me to do? So I remember very recently Baba talking about making sure our center is obstacle free, this harmony and this unity that Didi was sharing about. But it's interesting, just before Didi shared about contentment, I was really feeling how much contentment I need to have inside to be able to trust what is unique about my journey with Baba, but also that contentment so I can really appreciate others. So I'm really feeling this journey for this month unfold and really experiencing that connection between knowledge, yoga, and dharana, and really feeling it's all so connected together and you can't separate it at all. And so really looking forward to us continuing with this and very much feeling that my character really has to change. And so I'm sure we are all inspired to continue to experiment together. So we will look at the homework now. Unity. Let unity be visible amongst you in every situation, in your thoughts, words, and actions. Brahman means one, not 100,000, but one. This is called unity. And so we'll have a few minutes to experience the drill together. Om Shanti. Unity. Let unity be visible amongst you in every situation, in your thoughts, words, and actions. Brahman means one, not 100,000, but one. This is called unity.
एकता हर बात में, संकल्प में, बोल में, कर्म में भी सदा एक दो में यूनिटी दिखाई दे। ब्राह्मण माना ही एक, लाख नहीं एक, अनेक होते भी एक है। इसको कहा जाता है यूनिटी।
Om Shanti.
Om Shanti. So tomorrow is Saturday, Amrit Vela, 3:30 a.m. to 4:45 a.m. Meditation will start at 6 a.m. followed by Hindi, Avekt Murli by Mohini Didi. Translation will be available in English, Telugu and Tamil. And then tomorrow is children's class at from 2 to 3:30 p.m. and evening 6 p.m. meditation will start, followed by Hindi series, meditation, English series, followed by Avikti journey, chit-chat, heart-to-heart chit-chat with Didi and Brother Eric. Tomorrow is Saturday and we will be having the last episode of Awaken Your 8 Spiritual Powers. So it has been very successful series. Many souls really benefited a lot. All the sessions are recorded in the YouTube channel Story of Immortality. So if you would like to go back and revise them, listen again, please do visit the YouTube channel Story of Immortality. And tomorrow will be the last session and we'll have some follow-up. So please remind your friends and families. And soon we will be coming up with something new. So until then, this is the last episode. Okay, so now let's start our Avikti journey. So today, welcome to Avikti journey, Mohini Didi, the living light. Stories of spirituality that inspire and illuminate. So now we will invite our dear angel sister. Sister Wadi, welcome.
Mute. Hello, Bhumiban. Om Shanti. And dear Brother Dev, abracadabra, you should emerge. I'm just coming from reading tomorrow's Murli to the Australasia and East Russian family, because with all the other things in terms of Avyakti Parivar, it is also the Global Silence Retreat this weekend. And we had visit to Harmony House, to White House, to Peace Village, San Francisco, Anabuti, and just appreciating, they say that angels encircle the earth at dawn and dusk. So it was dusk here and it was dawn there in the other region. And so really that feeling as I was looking at all these faces, all these different cultures, that these are the angels that are remembered. And of course, from my perspective, that they don't have flesh and bones. I'm just seeing them on a screen. And so these memorials, and each one carrying their little bit of the yagya that's been entrusted to them. And so this is the biggest yagya ever, the longest lasting yagya ever. And yet this feeling of intimacy with each one, it is incredible. So my light ran out. So I'm a little bit in the dark here, but haven't had as much time to think about today's story, Devbai, and so I will be paying special attention now as you share it with us. Thank you.
Thank you, Sister Adi. Om Shanti.
Om Shanti.
It's going to be a powerful weekend because it's a silence retreat this weekend.
Yeah.
All right, so here is the story from the region from one of the sisters. It was the year 1976. I had just completed the 7 days Raj Yoga introductory course in Georgetown, Guyana. Didi had just arrived there in the capital city for Baba's service as the instrument in charge. I sat in the morning Murli class and saw for the first time Didi sitting in the lotus-like posture on the gadi. I was awed by her presence amidst the golden red light that permeated the classroom. There was that beautiful radiant image merged in deep silence and stillness. Didi presented a glowing picture of spiritual royalty, elegance, grace, and wisdom. I have never forgotten that image. During the Murli that morning, it dawned on me at one point that I was not quite focused on Baba's versions because I kept saying to myself, I have met and interacted with the soul before. I was sure of that reality. However, I could not accurately remember where I had met Didi. Finally, before the class ended, I had convinced myself that I had met that soul in the Kripalani store in downtown Georgetown. Didi, I concluded, must have been a salesperson or business executive there. The Murli class ended. I rose from the floor where we sat in those days. Simultaneously, Didi divinely and quietly rose from the gadi and moved in my direction. I guessed she had recognized that I was a new student, so she walked over to greet me. Om Shanti, we have met before, she said, in that all too familiar, unique, and clear voice I still hear today in Avyakti Parivar. I responded, Om Shanti. Then we parted company. When I left the center, I was overjoyed to learn that I was right. Didi had just confirmed it. Yes, I did meet her before. The missing link, however, was that I never asked Didi where we met, nor did she take time out to specify. The truth is, I'm not quite sure how long after coming to Gyan that I came to the realization that I had not met Didi before in this Kalpa. That don't suppose it mattered anymore. That curiosity ultimately faded with time and knowledge. For approximately 2 years in the beginning of my BK life, I had the good fortune of attending Daily Murli class with Didi as my teacher. I treasured those foundation years. Didi's style and mannerisms were unique. I was captivated by her silence and spiritual charisma. She didn't speak much and seemed to make a determined effort to preserve that power as her treasure. I admired that trait very much. In those initial years, we, meaning Didi and I, didn't speak much except to greet Om Shanti. But I was aware and thoroughly enjoyed the experience of her company in silence. Later, Didi was assigned to Baba's service in the USA and Caribbean. There were several service interactions with her after that early phase, all of which collectively contributed immensely to my spiritual awareness and growth. Thank you, Baba. Thank you, Didi Mohini. Congratulations on all your accomplishments over the years. Om Shanti.
That's funny. the idea of Sister Mohini being a sales assistant.
I wonder what we should be selling if being a salesperson there.
Wasn't it a jewelry store? So she was in the right business. Gems and jewels. So I don't know, Sister Mohini, are you with us? Om Shanti.
Om Shanti.
Do you remember this, Sister Mohini? No. I wouldn't think so. And so a couple of things. One, this point that she made at the end, and we all recognize this in you, of preserving the words that were used. Maybe you would choose different words, but about preserving your power, in other words, that you're always very focused. You don't just walk around and talk and interact and what have you, that there's this silent dignity that goes with you wherever you move, that people automatically know you're in the room. And so is it just a built-in part of you? Is it just your character, your nature? Or have you made effort to be like that?
I think that for me, I'm very comfortable when I am natural,
Mm-hmm.
That means I don't try to do things like, if I see everyone is talking and everyone is chatting, I don't think I have to do it. If I have feeling, I will do it. So I don't copy immediately, like there are some people, they feel kind of compulsory or they have to behave in a particular way somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. I feel very comfortable to be what I am. And I think I could say that, yes, I had been, maybe that's my personality also. Because since young, as a child or as teenager, I had always this, feeling of dignity and internally very, very, beautiful contentment. And so I think that those are the gifts I am born with. So then again, the question is to maintain them. That was the whole thing too. When I came in knowledge, one of the reason was that I recognize a lot of values. Like I like to be truthful, like to be honest, I am responsible, whatever qualities, but how to sustain them. And that's what I was looking for. And when I met Baba and Brahma Kumaris, I found that looking at Baba, he was so royal. And his smile and the way he will communicate. So it was easy for me that, look, Baba is able to sustain what his personality is. Why can't I do it? So you always hear a lot of comments. Like some will say, "Oh, she's very serious. She doesn't mix up anyone." But it didn't bother me because I was, yes, serious internally, but I was also very light and humorous. And I didn't wanted people to just come so close to me immediately that they have impact on me. I kind of, that's where I think some people used to find it difficult because they couldn't approach me. Like some new students will say, "Oh, we thought I have a teacher, but now we have a principal and she is very strict." So people share different experiences, but my heart has a lot of love. I respect everyone. I appreciate but company doesn't mean that you get colored, right? You can have friendship and company, but still keep in mind what Baba's teachings are. And especially like Brahma Baba told me that never allow your intellect to be influenced by anything, because then how will you get signals from Baba? So now what is happening that, let's say I have to help somewhere with one or two projects or initiatives which has certain obstacles. So I will look at Baba, should I do, how I do, what approach I take. And I want to be not what I heard from others, but just feel from Baba, so that when I'm doing it, I know it's from Baba. So I think that that's a very good aspect we all should have. Is I'm not saying because you said it, this one proposed, that one, because when we hear comments and stories about anything, there are so many, right? But connected with Baba and see what Baba really wants to say. Even when I have to start speaking in the evening, I just look at Baba, and then whatever thoughts I get, then I share my experience and signals from Baba. So I think it's definitely is a gift, and we all can do it. Like today, someone was sharing, and many seniors are no more there, daddies are not there, Baba is not there. But we know nobody can be here like forever. So we know that life has a limit and has a time lifespan. So why we couldn't also say, as they became aware and angelic, we also have to make efforts. But if we do not create that foundation of properly reading Murli and reflecting, keeping ourselves very busy, churning knowledge, using powers, practices, if one is very focused on the self efforts, then I think you don't miss anything in life.
Mm-hmm.
There is a lot of contentment, and the contentment is very, I think it's a very, very royal quality also, because then you don't compare, you don't have desires. Or so I feel that this is needed by all Baba's children everywhere, because I hear so many saying, no one is there now, whom to go, where to go. But Baba is here, right? Baba is with us. Baba's Murlis are with us. So we have to just study and make our journey very, very natural and easy, and with security and certain that, yes, I will make it.
Yeah, I've seen this side of you too. I don't know if my first impressions of you were of seriousness. Not that I recollect. But I'm also seeing a little bit the same was in your niece Shanti. I used to tell her she should smile more. And she said, that they were trained not to smile, especially, as a young girl, as a Kumari. And yet both of you had the best joke tellers in the yagya, and of course, when your body was well too, that when it came to dancing and everything, I would admire how you moved. But I guess also in keeping yourself in that way, even though others may not know it, but you're kind of protecting them too, aren't you? And in fact, in tomorrow's Murli, Baba's talking about how sometimes a teacher can have such an impact on the students that they only want to, interact with that one or hear that one or whatever. And then if they're not there, then the student disappears. So in a kind of a way, by keeping yourself what might look to some like being aloof, there's a certain protection that you're given to everybody else. And you're making very clear boundaries that you can come this far, and then it's not good if you want to push further. And so the other thing that I would see, of course, you're conserving your energy, you're conserving your time and all of those things. But I remember once there was somebody here, it was an Indian Mata, and we were talking about how beautiful Brahma Baba was in terms of, his picture on the wall, even though he was like an old man, but he's still so handsome, so beautiful. And we were wondering why she wasn't making any comment. And she said, it's because I'm married. I can't comment on another man, sort of thing. And so my sense with you too is, you don't have one doesn't have a father can have many children, and so it's not exclusive. He has a relationship with all his children, but the relationship of the lover and the beloved is exclusive. Mm-hmm. And so maybe you can tell us a little bit about your relationship with Baba as the bridegroom. You remember that time in Argentina, Sister Mohini? It was just very funny. We were in this car. Sister Mohini was riding in the front, and the brother was so intoxicated that she was riding in his car. He had it all decorated with flowers and everything else. And as we were riding along, there was a bus with young people that pulled up alongside us, and they got so excited. They thought it was a married couple. They thought it was that Sister Mohini had just gotten married. It was very funny. But I'd be curious if you would share some secrets about your love life with Baba as the bridegroom.
Understanding, recognition of God, that how royal he is in the sense of ocean and bestower and giving blessings, and whether it is lover or a child. I don't know, that has deeply within, I always, I have Baba in front of me all the time, and I feel I have to be like Baba, and like Dadi Janki mentions, that when there is a match, if one is very tall, one is very short, doesn't make a good match. And also, Brahma Baba, I think it's in Murli somewhere said, when I have to go out for business or I have to go for service, then I have to carry a sample with me, because I have to set that example so that, people can look at it. And so some of the things maybe I had, but also from Shiv Baba, Brahma Baba, both, that there has to be that royalty, there has to be that dignity. And I have to match with him, in the sense of that feeling is always there. And that feeling helps me to, one word which I always remember is alaukik, because I don't want to be like laukik, in the sense of laughing, talking, touching. I can't do that, because when I came to Baba, I felt that it's a alaukik life, a spiritual life, and it should be different than laukik ways. So that is where also my code of conduct comes as a spiritual person, as a alaukic person. And as you sell, then it's good for others to look at the guidelines. No?
Mm-hmm.
They know you can go up to certain extent, and then there is some maryada there.
Mm-hmm.
So this word alaukic always stayed with me. So I think I always feel that Baba loves me, and yes, I am Baba's companion. I love Baba too. So that kind of very loveful bond also keeps me, internally when you are with Baba, and you should be with Baba, remembering Baba. So you do everything, but still that focus is there of that partnership, love, helpers, right hand, whatever words we can use it. So I think each one of us really should have that alaukic personality. I think everyone has. It's not everyone doesn't have, but just little more focus could also help.
Right. But this thing of faithfulness, because you don't talk about being faithful to your father, or faithful to your teacher, but you are faithful. It's exclusive, this exclusive relationship of the beloved. I mean, you hold yourself in that way that that this is the one and the only one that is allowed to come into my heart or my intellect. That's the feeling that you give, but I don't know. There's
yeah, it's not. I always felt that true companion, true love, true power only comes from him. Everyone else is looking for some support, looking for some love. So if I
Yes.
take if I take from him, stay with him, I can always share with others. But if I get connected with anyone or any object or anything, then I'm lost, no, because I can't give to anyone. So if I stay with Baba and keep experiencing his love, then I can be very loveful, but still very detached, because true love is really with one, but also loveful with everyone.
Yeah. And then the other thing is this aspect of even while keeping yourself within your own frame of reference, that there's no resistance, that in some ways maybe your karma has allowed you to now be in a situation where you really don't have to see or deal with the manifestation of anybody's vices, like there might be in the world, etc. And so how do you incorporate, good feelings for like the lowest denomination of the human expression or experience, not to be touched by it and yet not to be offended by it either?
Mm. Yeah, you have to be strong. There are two things. One is like, you're talking of one thing, it's a little different, but I always feel that those who are weakest one, lower one, those who are even in status, or they should be taken care of, because their blessings can be very helpful.
Beautiful.
Like for poor, and even we were talking in yagya. Let's say if I go, I know everyone, so I will get everything. But there are some they don't. So like my feeling is when I go to Madhuban, I always have to take care of those who never get what we all get. Because even if they get little, their blessings and their well-being can be very, very good. That means we have to take care of everyone, not only few. Because there are some, they are happy because their 30 people are okay, but what about other 300? For me, I feel that everyone has to get, everyone has to receive. And now when it comes to, we have to be kind of keep our vibrations so powerful that the vibrations or energy of others doesn't have influence. No, like once Janki or someone gave example, you are walking and there is a lot of dirt and a car passes from there. So it spills a lot of dirty water on you. So you have to be careful that you don't get any stains from anywhere or nothing is spilled. So that means any kind of, if someone has a lot of anger.
Mm-hmm.
So I have to just use all the virtues I can, all the powers I can, so that I don't respond same way. Because I will feel very bad if I do that, because it will really take me off. So I can't do it. No. But then how not to allow that provocation to happen?
Mm-hmm.
But I can never be, say things which are not right, or even as I said, if I will say, I will suffer a lot. So I rather not do it, and I stay into my qualities and not come out of that dignity.
Dignity and self-value. I like that a lot, Mohini Ben, about that the lowest ones, and not that we look at somebody with that thought for them, but that their blessings will be very helpful. Yeah, that's very nice.
There was a time in India that people, when they go to work, they will always give something to the poor. They feel that that's their blessings will help. Mm-hmm. Going to temple is one thing, but serving the needy ones, I think that's something also is very charitable.
Mm-hmm. Hello, Dev. Bye.
Shanti, it's a beautiful conversation. Yeah, I think you really picked up on that aspect of protecting the self. And I liked what Didi said. We had to be so careful that the intellect is not influenced by others. Yeah. Otherwise, how can I have Baba's signals come to me? Mm-hmm. And then I won't be able to make the right choices. And it's what you said about protecting the students also is an important aspect. So have that boundaries and to really stay alaukic, not to become too laukic. We really have very nice spiritual principles in all these interactions, and it is very nice to learn that.
Yeah. Very nice. Thank you so very much. We have a story for next week, Dev. We'll be in Peace Village.
I was wondering if you still have stories.
We have many more stories, Didi.
Oh, okay.
You're going to have to put up with us for a few more weeks.
Thank you very much to underline one's own qualities so that we can sustain them properly.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, beautiful.
Somebody said about praise. I said, I don't see praise as praise. I see more that this is what I should be. And if there is some percentage missing, I should become that. So I kind of more underline it than taking it just only praise.
Yeah, anyway, I like that.
Yeah, thank you very much to both of you.
Okay. Om Shanti.
Yeah, Om
see
Shanti.
you soon.
Yes, see you all. Yeah.
Om Shanti. So as it has been mentioned that this weekend is Global Silence Retreat. So the other day, Sister Judy had come up on the screen and she shared with us. So I would like to request her also that if she can mention again. So I would like to invite her. Welcome, Angel, Sister Judy.
Om Shanti. Thank you so much for giving us this opportunity to share again with the family. I know many of you were able to join us earlier today, for the welcome session and bonfire meditation. Again, the sites that we are visiting, the retreat centers, Baba's beautiful spaces, are in the USA for this global retreat. So it's Anubhuti and Peace Village. And we did have a lovely welcome that included sharing from Mohini Didi today, gave us a beautiful experience of going into silence. But the retreat continues tomorrow, so it's not too late if you want to join. There is an easy way to get all the information. It begins Amrit Vela, Murli, and then we have a midday session, evening session. And we know many of you are joining Avyakti Parivar or Activities Your Center. So please choose the one that is most sustaining for you. You can join whatever sessions you want with the silence retreat. So there is a portal. I don't know if it's possible to put it in the chat. Oh, look at that. So this link won't be very helpful to you because unfortunately it is the registration link and it's closed. There is an email that you can write to. It's one word, silence retreat at brahmakumaris.org. Or we have put in the chat to the host, if the host wishes to share, a link to the portal. I wish we could bring it on screen for you. I haven't got it available, but you can certainly write to silence retreat at brahmakumaris.org, and that will be happy to share information on how to join. So you're most welcome to join whichever sessions you'd like. Very powerful. These are Baba's beautiful spaces. And the theme, oh, thank you, Dave. So it's no, that's to us. So, thank you for reminding us, Dave. Oh, there we go. Avyakti Parivar has sent it. Thank you. So in the chat right now is the link to the portal. So go into the chat box, click on that link. It will take you to a magical place. It is the portal to Baba's healing power. So perhaps we'll see you there. Oh my goodness, it just gets better and better. So on the screen, that's where you will arrive, is at the sanctuary within. Thank you. This Avyakti Parivar team is magical. That's all I can say. So thank you for the time. I hope that made sense. You're welcome to join, and perhaps we'll see you there. Om Shanti.
Sister Judy, is there a recording available somewhere?
Yes, the portal will have the recordings available, and perhaps we'll share that portal link that you just saw. We'll share it with Avyakti Parivar. We'll create a slide, whatever is useful. I don't want to overload resources for Avyakti Parivar, but we do upload the recordings as well.
It's not in YouTube?
The recording links will go to YouTube, but it's on the Silence Retreat YouTube site, which I can send to you one day. I am so unprepared. But yes, there is a YouTube site for the Global Silence Retreat. And once the entire retreat is over, this region is the last, the links appear on our YouTube site.
Okay, so what we will do that after the retreat finish, we will send all the links separately in the email to whole Avyakti Parivar. So if any one of you have missed out, so you can see the recording of it. So it's a good plan. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Om Shanti.
Om Shanti. So thank you, Sister Judy, for sharing all the information. And as we shared that we will send recording link later on after the series, after the weekend, so that whoever has missed out, they will be able to watch later. And also special thank you to our angels, Sister Wadi and Brother Deo. Thank you for coming up tonight and share the beautiful story and nice conversation. So now let's remember Baba.
Om Shanti and good night. Om Shanti. Om Shanti.